Hello and welcome to AGT Racer. Okay, just testing the microphone out there. Anyway, hello and welcome to AGT Racer. On today's video we will be doing Season 10 League 2 of the MRC, a huge Facebook group. So this is the first race of the season, 2 half-an-hour races. With a 10-minute break in between. You are joining us at the qualifying stage, and I'll just make some adjustments ready for the race. As you can see there, it is an international group, so please feel free to check out the MRC Racing group on Facebook. There's well over 1,000 members. And before we get into the race, I will apologise to all the listeners for not being active. Had a lot of stuff to do during the holidays, and also to the drivers room, who I will be jumping back on the replays very soon. It was just a matter of time. Anyway, back onto the MRC race. We have the first race of the season with the summer break now over. Let's have a look how we get on. There'll be some new names and faces. So we've got Stu in first, Rafael in second, Shaggy there, we recognise that name, in third, MRC Dan, followed by Ricky, Nugs, Diablo and Mr. Ginge. And as we're about to get this show off the road, and they're off, as you see, a flying start there from Ricky. Absolutely phenomenal start there. And there we see, oh, the M&M's he's just been taken now for first place. As we see, who's that? Mark go off at the back. And that's put him right down now into 12th place. As you remember, the Halfords driver. As we see there, an awful position for Dan. I know he was up there in 4th or so. As we see Rafael there in first place, followed by the BMW of Stu. And he's followed by Ricky. Ricky doing well in the Subaru there. Phenomenal start, jumped a couple of places. And Shaggy there in the Corvette in 4th place. We've seen Shaggy as well. I believe he had the Porsche last season, maybe. As you see the BMW there of Stu gaining a little bit, as we see it overtaking 3rd place, and a mess at the front a little bit. We saw Rafael go sliding. And now it's neck and neck. We've got to join the 2nd and 3rd and 4th soon. Look at that, it's all over him there. It's a right battle on. Ricky in 3rd place in the Subaru, pulling away from Shaggy in the Corvette. Mr. Ginger doing well up in 5th place. Diablo in 6th. Nugs in 7th. Sixpenny there in 8th place. Riley in 9th in the Viper. Dan there in 10th. Huxley in 11th. Wimpy in 12th. And Mark there falling back in 13th. And the BMW is all over this this Honda. absolutely great racing now. He's got him on the inside, the BMW. But oh, he's just taking it back there, Rafael. We'll join third place now. Have a look at Ricky. Ricky's keeping the distance. Just under a second. Be in front of the Corvette of Shaggy. We saw these two in last season. Mr. Ginge doing well now, up into 5th. We've seen him have good starts in their previous season, but sometimes lose it. Let's see if we can keep consistent. And there's Diablo in the GTR, being hunted down now by Nugs in the BMW. Sixpenny there holding 8th, but he's got the Viper all over. Oh dear me, what's happened there? Oh, Rafael has lost it completely. We've got no replay that we can go to. And now that means Stu is absolutely miles in front. We don't know if there was contact. But he's sliding a little bit on the back end. Maybe he caught the grass. Oh, that puts him right down now. As you can tell, we've got someone leave the room. Huxley. There we see Ricky in 2nd. Shaggy there in 3rd place. Mr. Ginger in 4th, Diablo in 5th, Nugs there in 6th place, taking Diablo on the inside of the first corner. Great move there by the BMW. And now it's a battle there. 4 cars in the mix. Looks like Sixpenny's having a look now on the GTR. The GTR starting to struggle a little bit. He tries to have a lunge there on the inside of Sixpenny, but he's not able to make it pass. Oh, and the Viper's touched the grass there and gone for a spin, twatting into the wall. As we see Dan now taking 8th place. Viper's not giving up yet. How you doing, Jason? He's part of the driver's room. Maybe, if he wants to, he can join the MRC in the next race. There's Riley there, falling back in 9th. Wimpy now being challenged by Rafael. Rafael really messing up that earlier. Such a shame. But he's quite a distance behind now. And there we see Martin in 12th place. Stu there really advancing in front now. 8 seconds in front of 2nd place. Shaggy in the Corvette has overtaken the Subaru and missed that one going through the field. Looks like someone's gone off as well. Look on the map. And that will put them in last place. Shaggy there now in 2nd place. Looks like the Scooby made an error. And now we have Mr. Ginge in 4th. Got 3rd place now. He's look at this battle behind. Oh, and someone went for a swerve there. A GTR is losing a lot of places. And now we see Sixpenny having a look on Nugs. Unable to make the challenge stick though. Oh, a bit of a slide from Nugs there. And the GTR really trying to get past that BMW in the Samsung colours. Oh, look at that, he's all over the back of him. As we see Dan there pulling away from the Viper. Wimpy there in 10th place. Mar being challenged now by Rafael in 12th. And we'll see Stu there. Fairly consistent. Gaps between 2nd and about 6th place. Sorry, 4th place. There's Mr. Ginge. He wants to pull away from this battling group now. As we see Diablo in front of Sixpenny. Sixpenny now going back down into 7th. You see Nugs being a little bit squirmy there. BMW going very wide. He's got the drive coming down. He will have the inside line. And there he goes. Sixpenny should take that 6th place and defence there, while we see Nugs, Diablo trying to cut the corner to gain the inside. There's Nugs on Mr. Ginger, separating the Samsung drivers. We'll have a look back in 3rd place. Ricky there, still chasing Shaggy. Shaggy now nearly 2 seconds in front. And Ricky pulling away from Mr. Ginge. He's 2.5 seconds in front of Mr. Ginge, but a real good finish. Finishing position, 4th place. Good way to kickstart the season. Same for Nugs if they both can hold these positions. Sixpenny there doing well in 6th place after battling off Diablo, but that slowed them both down. As you can see, Dan there hovering in the background in the BMW as Diablo has a squirm there, just touches the dirt. BMW now getting all over the back of Diablo. And the Vipers nearly 3 seconds behind Dan. A fantastic drive from both these guys. BMW trying to swing it around in the inside. Slide penalty for Diablo. And look at that there, he's slowed down, trying to get rid of the penalty. He probably knew it was inevitable to with Dan on the inside, so let him pass there. But that's given 0.8 of a second now. Increase, or decrease in the gap to Riley. Wimpy there in 10th place, Raphael still suffering there in 11th. And Martin having a good day in 12th place there. As we see Stu cruising 15 seconds in front of Shaggy in the Corvette. The Scooby behind is really trying to gain that momentum and reduce the gap. It's down to 1.6 seconds. We've got 19 minutes left of this race. And there we have Nugs in 4th, Sixpenny. Oh, Nugs in 4th. Oh, it must have been a mistake by Sixpenny when we were watching the other guys. Not Sixpenny, sorry, Mr. Ginge. Oh, and look at there, Mr. Ginge. He's gone from 4th to 6th. Oh, he's just gone a little bit wide again, gone for a spin. So they're saying about the consistency. He did God knows how many spins there, but then he's lost a lot of time. Ah, it's unfortunate there. As Riley now moves up into 8th, Diablo 7th, Dan in 6th, pulling away from Diablo. Sixpenny now, the Samsung driver, trying to gain some points for the team. He's got Nugs. And there's a Scooby and Shaggy. Gap now is down to 1 second. Scooby very good through these corners. Oh, and the Corvette's gone wide. He's gone for a spin on the track, gifting Ricky the... oh dear, what's happened now? He's losing so much time, he's hitting the wall. Ah, it's unfortunate there for Shaggy. Let's see where that puts everyone. So you've got Stu now, 18, nearly 19 seconds in front of 2nd place, Ricky in the Scooby. And he's followed by a battle of 3, Nugs, Sixpenny and Dan, all 3 BMWs. As we see the Viper go a little bit wide in the background. And then we have the GTR and the Viper. That's where Shaggy is. Looks, and Ginge lost a lot of time, obviously, with his spins. There he is. 5.5 seconds now behind Shaggy. Wimpy there in 10th place. 11th place Ruffalo. Martin 12th. We see Stu absolutely caning it in first place. Ricky is 3.5 seconds behind Nugs, but look at this battle now. Sixpenny under attack from Dan. He's trying to defend as best as he can, but Dan will probably have the inside line, but he really defends well. Maybe Dan decided to back out there, wasn't close enough. Three BMWs now. BMW doing strong. This will give Nugs a chance to pull away a little bit. He's doing well though. Sixpenny defending. Oh, he's just left the door open there as I say that. He's given a lot of time now to Dan. Let's see what he can do. He's going to have a late lunge on the inside, or is he going to try and set himself up for the start-finish straight? Try and keep it tight through these corners. We have the very tight section before the swinging right hand, and then a little kink to the left, which can catch some drivers out. Let's see how these get on. Try and use a slipstream there to come past. Sixpenny defending. He's choosing to go the racing line. Now they're side by side. Dan will definitely now have the inside line. He's taken him a lap to do it, but he's done it. Now let's see if he can catch up to Nugs, who's starting to gain on the Subaru, unless the Subaru's had a problem in front. Although Sixpenny's not giving up yet. As we'll go through the field a little. We have in first place Stu cruising in the BMW, followed by Ricky in second place. Only 1.5 second gap now to Nugs. 1.4, 2 second gap to Dan, who's been absolutely chased down by Sixpenny now. He wants to do the same as what Dan did to himself. He's going to find it difficult to overtake during these slower corners. He tries to have a go there, but he's lost a bit of time. He's trying to tuck himself right behind Dan through the through these corners towards the end of the lap. I think he might have lost a bit too much time there. And then we have Diablo in 6th place, followed by Riley in 7th. Shaggy now starting to claw himself back in 8th place. Mr. Ginge there in 9th. Rafael has managed to get himself in 10th. Absolutely awful start to the race. He did superb in qualifying, first place, holding first, and then dropped himself right back. There we see Wimpy and Mark there in 12th place. As we'll have a look at now, this battle potentially becoming a four-way battle. He's really starting to close that gap to Ricky, and Dan is absolutely on a charge. Once he passed Sixpenny, Sixpenny hasn't been able to stay with him. Let's see if Nugs can hold the pressure. Trying to overtake Ricky in front, but hard on his heels. He has to keep looking in the mirror because Dan is right there, as you can see. Setting himself up for a move that he did on Sixpenny. And looking at now, under a second between Ricky and Nugs. Oh, he's done close enough. He's got to have a real good corner through these final corners. Don't know if he's close enough to go for the lunge. Although he's got some momentum. I think the straight will run out before he has a chance. He might go for it though. No, he's just too far behind. A big slide there from Nugs. Slowed him down a little bit. Oh, we've got a problem at the back there. Sixpenny's twatted the wall. Ah, oh, dear mate. Riley's gone past now, and Mr. Ginger's gone past. Oh, he's burning his tyres, can't get it straight. It looks like he's dancing across the track, but he needs to turn his traction control on. There we go. There's too much power. He's absolutely destroyed himself there. Don't know what he was playing at. Dancing on the track, unfortunate for him. Oh, Samsung boys not having a good day, started so well. Might still get some good points though, we'll see. And now look at this battle. Dan now is a lot closer. If he can keep this close through these twisty corners, could have a right challenge on for Roy. Darts on the inside there. This is going, oh, it's going around the outside now. There's nothing Nugs can do. Phenomenal overtake round the outside there on such tight twisty corners. What a fantastic move. And the third place from Nugs. At this rate, he'll be catching Ricky up. Can he grab second? It's 3 seconds in front though, Ricky. Managed to get a move on now. Let's see if Nugs can take it back though. And we'll rejoin this, give the rest of the pack a shout out. Diablo there, sitting comfortably in 5th place, 6 seconds behind Nugs, 3.5 seconds behind in front of Riley. Riley there in the Viper, being chased down a little bit, 2 seconds behind of Shaggy in the Corvette. He's reducing that gap all the while though. A great start, but once again just caught the grass. And there we see Mr. Ginge in 8th place, going through a bit of a power slide through that corner. And Ruffalo there, he's made his way up into 9th place. There's a huge gap to the pack in front. There's Sixpenny there after he's dancing on the track. Dropped him down right into 10th place. Wimpy there in 11th place. We haven't really been able to capture much of him today. And Mark there in 12th. And there we see Stu, no problems. 34 seconds in front. Ricky now in 2nd with 1.7 gap to, 1.7 second gap to Dan. Dan is on an absolute charge now. Look at the distance he's bridged between himself and Nugs in 4th place. Let's see how Ricky's defence is. This is going to be very close. Is it going to be difficult for him to hold him off for 7 minutes though? I don't think, unless Stu has an absolute catastrophe, either of these guys will be able to catch him up. But they are certainly pulling away now from Nugs. So Ricky's not going to ready to give that position up. Just got to keep it smooth. There's Nugs in the background. He's setting him up again. You know, last time we saw a phenomenal move by Dan. Oh, very close. He's keeping it close. I think he might be going for the setup again. Have a flick on the inside, try and catch some slipstream. We've already seen the power of the BMW in that slipstream now. What is Ricky going to do? He's defending, he's not bothering to go on the racing line now. Oh no, all that, he's just left it too late there and gone flying off. Trying to squeeze out. Dan has given himself some problems. He's now dropped 3 seconds to Dan. It's unfortunate there. See what he was trying to do, put a bit of pressure on Dan, try and make Dan make a mistake, but sometimes backfires on you. And Nugs there in 4th place. Mart's left the room. I think he's had enough today. Here we see Nugs in 4th place. He's trying to take advantage of Ricky's mistake. Diablo there now, still 5 seconds behind Nugs, but 11-second gap now to Riley. Riley's now in front of Shaggy. Shaggy really challenging behind now. We missed that while he was in awe of Dan. Shaggy there, he was having a great race. As you see, Ginge sliding in the background with Rafael behind. Well, it's going to be tough for Rafael, but he, potentially, if these two scrapping, he could be very, very difficult. But if he was to get himself up into 6th, he's got to be the driver of the day. But he's got to get past Ginger. And here we see the Corvette now. It's a battle of power between the Viper and the Corvette. Riley sticking to the racing line. The Corvette having a look on the inside. A lot of respect given by each driver there. I think Riley gave that position up a little bit too easy, unless he wanted to try and catch the slipstream back. But he might have to hold off now until the start-finish line. And as you can see there, Rafael really attacking Ginge. Oh, great move, but great defence by Ginge. What's he going to do now? Just cutting it off right at the last minute of the part of the track that he's really trying to squeeze himself through. Rafael. Barely a car's gap left by Ginge, and he manages to squeeze himself, but now Ginge going for the outside swing in. He knew he was going to attack on the inside, maybe with the power of the BMW down this straight, but let's see if he can do what Dan did on the NSX. As we see Shaggy there in front of Riley and starting to pull away from Riley. We'll see as they come down the start-finish straight. Same for Rafael. Sees Ginge can claw that gap back. He tried hard there to fight him off. It was absolute great battling. Would have been good to see some on-board action there. Yeah, the Viper's just dropped off a little bit from the Corvette. Same for the BMW there on the NSX. There's Sixpenny in 10th. As we'll be coming to the last lap very soon. Just over 1.5 minutes left. Wimpy there, up into 11th due to people retiring from the race. Stu now 45 seconds in front of everybody. Although this next lap will be his last. And we see Dan really pulling away, 4.5 seconds in front of Ricky there. Nugs 1.5 seconds behind. See if you can give her a good push, but be careful. And a good drive there for Diablo. We saw him in some right battles, but managed to keep it consistent. Shaggy, can Shaggy catch him up? I don't think he will, but he is pulling away from Riley. Riley now only 1.6 seconds in front of Rafael. Rafael wants to get some points back too. He's going to be challenging for first place, judging off the qualifying only for this first race. Could be very interesting. Losing so many points. There's Mr. Ginger in 9th, followed by his teammate. Oh, just kissing the grass again. And this will be the last lap now for Sixpenny. He might be glad on that one. And it will be the same now for everybody, really. And as he comes round the final set of corners, an absolutely phenomenal race for great driving there. And we've got a bit of a battle going on. Whoa, look at that slide there from the BMW and Nugs. He's got it down to a second. Is he going to be able to take the last podium from Ricky? The pressure's on Ricky there. There's Dan trying to keep it clean, come home in second. Oh, this is going to be close. Is Nugs going to be able to throw it round? Just don't think the BMW grabs the grunt until towards the end of the lap, really. Oh, he's dropped off and he's picked up a penalty. He's not going to be able to. There we see, crossing the line, my driver of the day there, Dan. And Ricky coming home in 3rd place. 4th place we have Nugs Diablo there. In 5th place coming home. Great drive from him. Shaggy now is under attack from Riley and Rafael. Last couple of corners. Great drive from recovery from Rafael. Riley there in 7th, Shaggy in 6th, Rafael in 8th. Mr. Ginge coming home in 9th place. Great drive by all. A very entertaining race. Great drive by the guys, very entertaining. And I shall be having a cigarette break. Ready for the next race. It should be a reversed grid, so this could be very interesting. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now we are back. And we will see some changes in the cars. As we see there, we have Mark in the NSX, Dan there in the NSX, Diablo also in the NSX Sixpenny, and Ginge are in the BMW, and he's followed with Shaggy in the NSX, Ricky there in the Subaru, Rafael in the NSX, and the McLaren of Riley. There's only a couple of minutes left of qualifying. And here we are at the second race, the Nürburgring GP. I believe there'll be a few minutes of practice and a reverse grid, should be, unless I have my information wrong, of course. As you'll see, a change of cars from the guys there. In the GR4 class. So it could add an interesting mix to the second race. And there we have Diablo in the NSX here at the Nürburgring GP. And Dan will be in the NSX also, followed by Shaggy in the NSX. The M&M's driver there in NSX. Mart in the NSX, Nugs in the Ferrari, Rafael in the BMW, Wimpy there in the Evo, Ginge in the NSX, and Riley in the McLaren. And we should be underway fairly soon. Let's see what happens. So we had a really good race on the last race. Dan was my driver of the day in that previous race. So as we have a look now, we have Diablo there in the NSX. The F-Type of Ricky there, that'll be an interesting one to throw in the mix. Let's see if Stu can run away with it again, or with Rafael try and claw himself back. And the race will be underway very soon. There we go. So So as we quickly go down the grid, we've got Mark, Wimpy, Sixpenny, Ginge, Rafael, Riley, Shaggy, Diablo, Nugs, Ricky, Dan and Stu. Let's see how this start is. And we're off. The Lancer having a phenomenal start there, but the NSX is really under pressure there from Sixpenny, who goes a little bit wide, the same as the Halfords driver, but he's managed to secure first place, barely. And there's the Evo there in second. Halfords there. Rafael is really trying to squeeze his way through. Look at that for pandemonium. As we see Nugs there in third place. Rafael managed to get himself up into fourth. And the Evo dropping right down there. Everyone battling quite hard. There's the NSX of Diablo. And now the Evo, Wimpy there, all the way down in seventh. Got Ginge dropping down into eighth place. Shaggy there in ninth. Stu into, Shaggy goes off. Stu there now in ninth place. Ricky in 10th. Ricky's dropped off in the Jag. Riley there in 11th. Shaggy dropping down into last place. And here we have Mark now cruising in the NSX. He got in front of Sixpenny. Sixpenny's holding it with him. The Ferrari there, Nugs breaking the NSX up. Rafael there in fifth place. Diablo in fourth. But Rafael has Dan on his heels. This is an interesting battle. Oh, Sixpenny's had a mistake. We missed that one. That's dropped him right down now. The Samsung drivers. Oh dear. That's opened it up at the front though. And as we ride with Mark, that puts Diablo in second place. The Ferrari of Nugs right behind him now. Rafael moving up into fourth with Dan high on his heels too. As we see there from the Red Bull. No, he's going on the inside. Just hasn't managed to do it. Closes the door on Dan, but this is giving Stu. We got a battle going on now. He's down on the inside. He's managed to take the inside. It's a great move by Dan. Let's see what Dan can do to pull away from Rafael. And there's Stu right on the back. BMW just powering there. The NSX should fly through these corners though. Now look how much he's gained on him. Oh, he's going to have a look down the straight. Closes the door. Forces him to try and go around the outside. That's giving him the speed though. And look at this in front. Dan now in front of Nugs. He's now up into third place. And he's having a look on the other two as well. Diablo there pushing in second to take the throne from Mark. Mark having a clean race so far though. Oh, and a great move there by Nugs. Goes round the outside. Oh, he's left the door open as well for Stu. It's an absolute pandemonium battle going on here. What phenomenal racing. You got Nugs holding these guys off. The two at the front are having a good battle as well. As we see a little bit of this from Diablo. Mark trying to shut the door on him, and now Stewart's on the inside, on the outside of Nugs. Nugs concedes a position. As they go through the S's, the Ferrari now fighting off Dan and Rafael. Dan had a mistake, and he's let Stu go through. And Nugs, great move by the both of them. While we were riding with Dan, an absolute battle going on for fourth place now. And look at this battle for first. Stu is right on these at the front. Oh, he's got to be shit. Messing his pants now. Mark with the pressure he's feeling. Oh, a little nudge to Diablo, but Diablo taking the final corner perfectly and taking the position. Look at that now, 6 cars, virtually nothing between them. An absolutely phenomenal race. As you see, the Halford keep it. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide there. Is he going to give Stu the inside line? He's got the inside line, but he was blocked by Diablo. Diablo slowing him down, giving Mark the chance. Mark will have the inside line on Stu, and he should have the driving line on... No, Stu is taking him round the outside. He's got the inside line coming in. He will have to concede, Martin. He does. Oh, he's gone off. Oh, that's so unlucky there. Oh, now for first. Stu just gliding past Diablo there. Such a smooth overtake. Dan's free a little bit of Nugs now, so he can charge onto the back of Diablo. Try and keep with Stu. They don't want Stu running off again. Nugs there in the Ferrari. And Rafael there in 5th place in the BMW. Mark dropping from 1st to 6th. It was all very close, but it's starting to open up a little bit now. The pressure just got to Mark a little bit too much there. Ginge in 7th place, holding that well. The Jaguar of Ricky being chased down by the NSX of Shaggy. Is he going to have a look through these tight S's? NSX should be a little bit quicker through here. Oh, just had a little slide on. And there's a McLaren of Riley in 10th. Oh, we saw Wimpy have a great start and then lose it. Sixpenny also lost. He was up in 1st at one point. Stu now has built a gap to 1 second in front of Diablo. Diablo now a second in front of Dan, holding Dan off. It was a good drive from Diablo. NSX is dominant in this race. Ferrari is getting caught now by Rafael. They want to try and hold on to the top 3 and not let Stu go away. As we ride with Rafael now. He's come to the right hand, long right hand. Got to take it well. And then if you do, you can gain some speed up to these S's. May need to lift off just ever so slightly. If your driving line isn't right, if it was like Rafael, you can just carry on. Is Rafał now going to attack as we come up to the tight S's? Nugs is defending. Oh, he dupes him, goes to have a look on the inside, just can't make it, just a little bit too far back. As we have a look from the back of Nugs. He's defending exceptionally well, Nugs. Oh, and Dan has a look on the inside there of Diablo. He takes that position. He's second place now. 2.7 seconds is the gap to first place, Stu. Now 3 seconds. Let's see if Dan can pull away. And potentially any battling with Stu will give the others a chance to bridge the gap then. 19 minutes left of this race. Diablo now all over the back of Dan. Both in the NSX. You can see Stu up the road there. We'll rejoin these guys in a bit as we have Nugs still fending off Rafał. He's given Mark the chance to catch up a little bit though. He's on a roll now. He really wants to get a move on. He's got his way up into 6th place. Shaggy there in 7th, being chased down by the Jaguar of Ricky. And Ginge in 9th place, holding on. Picks up a little penalty there and lets Ginge through into 8th place. Lost time to Shaggy as well. As we see Riley in 10th, Wimpy in 11th place. And I think Sixpenny's had enough a little bit. He's a minute down. And there we see Stu. The gap is now down to 2.3 seconds. Diablo still having a battle with Dan. Actually, superb drive from Diablo. In all honesty there, I thought Dan was just going to charge away, but I don't think he will be. If Diablo driving like this. And Nugs is having an absolute phenomenal race, keeping off Rafał in 4th place. Some good points if it stays like this for him. Rafał there is desperate to try and bridge the gap to the top guys. And Mark now trying to claw his way back. Shaggy pulled right away from Ginge. Was gifted the position from Ricky really. And Riley there in 10th, Wimpy in 11th, Sixpenny in 12th. And the gaps, Stewart's just hit the boost button. The gaps increase now to 4 seconds. All this battling between Diablo and Dan is not helping. Are we going to see Diablo have a look? A late lunge? No, he keeps it quite tight. A good line through there. Struggling a little bit through that corner. He's sticking with Dan now. Gap now to Stu is 4.6 seconds. He's quite unstoppable at the moment. And Nugs now pulling away from Rafael. Let's see what he can do. Rafael there in the BMW. If he's not careful, Mart's going to be on his back. Gap to Mart is 4 seconds, 4.3. And Shaggy's starting to close the gap on Mart. NSX driver pulling away from Ginge. And Ricky there. Everybody's fairly spaced out at the moment. It'll only be a matter of time before something else kicks off. Oh, Sixpenny a bit right down the field now. It's unfortunate. Great start from him. As we have a look at Ricky there, sticking with Ginge up into 8th. We saw Ricky have that penalty and got rid of the penalty. It was not a massive penalty, but it gave Ginge a chance to go through. As you see up the road, we have Shaggy 5 seconds in front. Shaggy now got the gap down to 7.7 seconds to Mart. Mart's dropped off now, 5.5 seconds, 5 seconds to Rafael. Rafael there, after that battle with Nugs earlier, he just can't seem to catch him back. Nearly 3 seconds the gap now, 6 seconds almost to Dan. Who Diablo's overtaken Dan. What a phenomenal move there that we missed. Let's see what these guys are made of. We're both in the same car, same specs. It's all about driver skill now. There's nothing in it. Is Dan going to go for the lunge into the S's? No, I don't think he will. Just trying to keep it smooth. Oh, he got a little bit too much of a bump there. Diablo's pulled that gap up to 1 second now. Oh, he could have done that. Without that, he lost his momentum. A great drive by Diablo. 9 seconds in front now, Stu. Oh, a little bit of a wobble. As you see, Dan behind in 3rd place. .5 seconds behind. It's an absolutely great drive by Diablo. He's not managing to catch up too easy. Can't seem to break that ½ second barrier to Diablo. See when we come down to the tight S's. He's under half a second now. Is he going to have a late lunge this time? He's not, but if he can keep it smooth through these, yes he has. And now the final corner, keep it smooth. Oh, it's touching the dirt a little bit too much there, Diablo. And he's right on him now. He's going to use the slipstream and have a look on the inside. Let's see what Dan can do to defend. Oh, he hasn't been able to actually. He's driving well, Diablo. Under constant pressure. Although it is now the same half a second gap. He's got it all to do again. There's a great drive from Diablo. Really trying to shut the door on Dan. Dan is extremely close as they come through these S's out. Diablo will have to get these corners perfect. Well, even with that though, with the slipstream of Dan, he might have a late lunge. No, he's not going to. I think he's just going to stick with him until they get to the tight S's. Use a bit of slipstream down here. Oh, it's going to be very close. And there we are. No, he still doesn't have a light lunge. He's not that not close enough yet. A phenomenal way around the corner there. Gained half a second on that. Increase the gap half a second, should I say, which has put Dan out of attacking on the first corner again. We'll go through the field now. There we have Nugs still in 4th place. Having a very steady drive. Nugs 3 seconds behind in 5th. And then we have 6 seconds behind Mart. 5.5 seconds, 6 seconds behind we have Mart. And he's followed by Mr. Ginge in 7th place. Good drive from Mr. Ginge. Ricky there in 8th. And Shaggy, who was doing well, he's lost some positions. He's now under attack. Oh, the McLaren driver cutting the corner there and being reset. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, he had a mistake there, unfortunately. He's lost a lot of time. And here we have Wimpy, who had a phenomenal start and unfortunately didn't go his way. Sixpenny there also had a great start and once again didn't go his way, unfortunately. We've had some absolutely phenomenal battles this race, and Stu there dropping down a couple of seconds. He was 10 seconds in front at one point. Now that's up to down to 6.8 seconds. The battle in Diablo and Dan, it looks like Dan pushing him and Diablo's just nudging that slight bit more forward, and then Dan will get closer and then he'll nudge more forward, and they can both see that the time's dropping to Stu. This is going to be an extremely interesting race towards the end if he carries on in this momentum. Diablo now even starting to pull the gap away. 1.7 seconds in front. Oh, the gap to Stu is 7 seconds now. Diablo doing a phenomenal job. So Dan needs a rest. He'll have another charge later on if he can. And Nugs now is only 1.8 seconds in front of Rafael. Maybe Rafael going for a final push. Couple of laps should be remaining. Here we have Mart in 6th place. He had a great race at the start, Mart did, but he was under a lot of pressure. Unfortunately folded under that pressure. There's Ginge in 7th. Ricky there in 8th place. Riley is now in front of Shaggy. So good move, good driving from Riley to recover after being reset. And there we have Shaggy. Sixpenny in 11th place. He's now in front of Wimpy. Oh, Wimpy having a mare now. And they're going to be very lapped very soon. I wonder if this will affect the grid positions at the moment, or race positions at the moment. Diablo 2.5 seconds in front of Dan. As you see, Stu, expert, maintaining that distance. You certainly want to watch for the rest of this season. Here we have Diablo and Stu. Let's have a look now, Nugs. What? There's Rafael. He's on his last charge. There'll be another lap after this one. He's really starting to close that gap now, down to 1 second. The BMW and the Ferrari. And in the background you see Mark 4.5 seconds behind Rafael. This could go anyway. Ginger in 7th. We'll go through the field as we see now. Shaggy's in front of Riley again and gone wide, and Riley's followed him wide. Sixpenny, I think Wimpy's had enough. There's Stu. Back up to 9 seconds the lead. You can see him now, only just Diablo. But Dan can certainly see Diablo there in 2nd. This is going to be the last lap. He's got to give it a good push now. And there we see the Ferrari and the BMW. 1 second. Oh, he kicks it into that corner there. But Nugs has been defending exceptionally well. He goes a little bit wide, but he's got some speed. Just can't. Just a little too far behind. Maintaining the gap, Nugs to a second. And we'll just jump on to 1st place. So Sixpenny will be crossing the line. There he is, crossing the line. He will get another lap. Will Stu get another lap? It's extremely close. No, there he is, first place. Once again, phenomenal drive by Stu. And my man of the day, Diablo, he's had an absolutely fantastic battle with Dan. And here we have Nugs. Great drive from Dan in third. Nugs there holding off Rafael. He's been under some pressure today, and he's done well. Rafael there, not the best points he's wanted, but it's good recoveries. And there we see Mar, he's recovered not too bad in 6th place. And here we have Mr. Ginge. Good drive, good consistency. He did well at the start, slight error, knocked him down. But all in all, not a bad drive for Ginge there. And Ricky in the Jag, grunting home in 8th place. Shaggy in the NSX. Not a good day for him in 9th. Riley there in 10th place. And obviously we see Sixpenny. He'll be finishing his race. It's coming around the final few corners. He's into the S's there. Started well and ended bad. But what a phenomenal race. I might go and re-watch some of those battles. Spins across the line from Sixpenny there. So an absolutely great race, great drive from Stu. And I'll see you next time, guys. Join us for some more MRC racing next Friday. And please join their Facebook group too if you wish to join their leagues, and look out for some more drivers room videos, hopefully dropping some this weekend. And thanks for joining. Please keep safe.